II, the United States was booming after World War II. The Denver Mint made millions of pennies that year. Each one was made mostly of copper, with a little tin and zinc. These pennies are called Lincoln wheat pennies because of the two stalks of wheat on the back. They were made from 1909 to 1958, and today they're fun for collectors to hunt. Because so many 1952 pennies were made, most of them are still very common. You can find them in old jars, coin rolls, or even in pocket change. A normal 1952 that's been used and looks brown or dull is usually worth only a few cents. But if it's shiny, perfect, and has special details, that's when the value can jump. The big secret behind the rare and expensive ones is all about errors and condition. During minting, sometimes mistakes happen, and when they do, collectors get excited. A few 1952 pennies were made with special mint mark errors. The most famous one is called the D/S variety, where a Denver D mint mark was punched over a faint San Francisco S. You can sometimes see the little S shape under the D with a magnifying glass. If your penny has that, you might have something worth hundreds or even over $1,000, especially if it's still bright red and uncirculated. These coins are known as repunched mint marks, and collectors love spotting them. Another thing that can make a 1952 penny valuable is a mint error, like being struck off center or on the wrong metal planchet. Imagine a penny that's partly missing or shows two strikes of the same design. That's an eye-catching mistake, and people pay good money for it. A few examples struck on a dime planchet, which means it's smaller and silver-colored, are very rare and could reach several $1,000s. These kinds of errors are hard to find and need to be checked by a professional grader to be sure they're real. Condition is also super important. Collectors grade coins from worn, which means it's been used a lot, all the way up to mint state, which means it looks brand new. For wheat pennies, the top grades are MS-67 or MS-68, and those are extremely hard to find because copper gets spots and scratches easily. A 1952 penny in that top-notch grade with full red color can sell for $1,000 to $4,000, and sometimes even more if it's one of the best-known examples. One record sale was around $3,800 for a perfect red mint state 1952 penny. That's already amazing for a 1-cent coin. So where do those wild numbers like $30,000 or even $79,000 come from? Sometimes you see videos or websites saying, this 1952 penny is worth $50,000, and it sounds unbelievable. The truth is, those numbers are usually talking about perfect, super rare, or even one-of-a-kind examples that may not even have been sold publicly yet. To reach a value that high, a 1952 penny would need to have an incredible combination, a major mint error, the highest possible grade, MS-68+, bright red color, and amazing eye appeal. It would also need to be authenticated by a top grading company like PCGS or NGC and maybe sold at a big auction where collectors compete to own it. That's how prices get sky high when two collectors really want the same unique coin. For most people, though, finding one worth even a few $100s would be a huge win. So how do you check your penny? First, look for the mint mark under the date. If it's a D, that means Denver. Use a magnifying glass to see if there's a faint S hiding under it that could be the D/S variety. Then, check the color. If it's shiny red, that's good. If it's red-brown or dark brown, it's still collectible, but not as valuable. Next, look at the surfaces. Are there scratches, spots, or dents? The cleaner and sharper it looks, the better. Don't ever clean your coin that can destroy its value. Finally, if you think you have something really special, you can send it to be graded. A graded coin in a sealed holder, called a slab, from PCGS or NGC is trusted by collectors and can sell for more money. Now, let's be real, most 1952 wheat pennies are not going to make anyone rich. But part of the fun is the hunt. Every coin collector dreams about finding that one coin that everyone else missed. And it does happen. There have been stories of people finding valuable coins in change or in old family collections. So checking your coins carefully is worth your time. Even if your 1952 D is worth only a few dollars, it's still a piece of American history. It tells a story of post-war America, the Denver Mint, and the long life of the Lincoln cent. If you're making a video about this coin, you can keep viewers hooked by showing how an ordinary penny could be something special. Start with that excitement, this 1-cent coin might be worth $79,000. And then reveal the truth step by step. Show examples of the different colors, the mint marks, and the small details collectors look for. People love watching others search for treasure, and coins like the 1952 D wheat penny make that hunt feel real. Let your viewers know that while finding a super rare one is unlikely, it's still possible, and the thrill of the search is what keeps collectors going. At the end of your story, remind everyone that even if they don't find a jackpot coin, they've still learned how to spot value in something tiny and overlooked. Every collector starts by finding a few old wheat pennies, and from there, it becomes a lifetime hobby. So keep your eyes open, check those rolls of coins, and don't ignore that shiny 1952 D penny that pops up because you never know. 1 in a million might just be the treasure that makes history, and even if it's not, you'll have had the fun of searching and discovering a little piece of America's past. So next time you hear that little clink of change, take a second look. The 1952 D wheat penny might look like every other coin in your pocket, but hidden among the ordinary ones could be a true collector's gem, one that turns 1 cent into thousands of dollars. Maybe even $30,000. Maybe $79,000. Who knows? It's out there waiting to be found, and that's what makes this coin so fascinating.